Thanks so much for joining us here on KREM. I'm Jenny Power, and it's time to take a look at your weather impact alert that we have actually now decided to extend. So yesterday we were under weather impact alert mode because of flooding concerns that we saw down on the Palouse. But now we're going to remain under a weather impact alert for some different reasons. So Friday morning through Sunday morning, this is why we are under this. We actually have some freeze concerns for temperatures that are either going to be at or near freezing across Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, some of our northern valleys, as well as down on the Palouse. So this is really a nuisance weather impact alert for you, if you will. We're not seeing too severe of conditions, but considering earlier this week, we saw well above average temperatures in the mid 70s. This is something to be aware of, especially for all of my local gardeners out there. You may want to consider bringing in or covering up sensitive plants across these areas, or at least preparing for outdoor activities for any early season campers. So as we break down what's happening, right now we are trending drier for the day today. Our current temperatures have been in the low 50s for the Spokane area, and our winds have been a little bit breezy out of the northwest. But in general, we're trending drier after we saw just such soggy conditions on our Wednesday. Here's our daytime highs, low to mid 50s for both Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, which is actually a little bit below our average here. 46 degrees is where we're at for Bonners Ferry this afternoon. We're at 51 for St. Mary's, and we are seeing some mid 60s out toward Moses Lake and Wenatchee. But overnight tonight, this here is why we are under this weather impact alert, folks. We are going to fall to about 33 degrees for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Take a look at Sandpoint, Newport. 32 is that overnight low, 29 for Bonners Ferry, 28 for St. Mary's, 19 degrees up on the top of Lookout Pass, and we're at freezing down on the Palouse, 33 degrees tonight for Republic, while through pockets of central Washington, we're actually going to be in the low 40s for Chelan, Wenatchee, Moses Lake, and south to Richland for those farmers that may have started their growing season. But it's something to be aware of, because even as we take a look here at tomorrow night, our temperatures are going to be right at freezing for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. This is a look at, again, tomorrow night, 32 for Newport and Sandpoint, 30 for Bonners Ferry, 32 for St. Mary's, and at 31 down on the Palouse. We're even then going to see some mid to upper 30s out toward the central part of the state tomorrow. So we're going to continue to see this pattern where conditions are drier, but the colder overnight lows are the main concern that we have with this. As far as our current satellite and radar goes, again, not quite as soggy as what we were experiencing yesterday, but we still have been seeing some light rain down toward the Palouse and into the central Idaho panhandle. In the higher elevations, we're even watching for the return of some mountain snow for the central Idaho panhandle mountains. We did earlier have some flood watches in place for Walla Walla and the foothills of northern Oregon. Those have now recently just expired, so that's the update for you there. As far as our future tracker goes, we are gradually going to see some increasing clouds through this evening and late afternoon, early evening, I should say. So you'll want to keep the rain jacket handy. We'll watch for a few scattered showers here and there, but as far as measurable precipitation goes, those best bets are going to be above higher terrain through North Idaho. So definitely drier compared to that system that we saw yesterday. And then we really usher in some of those drier conditions for Friday, with the exception of some of that mountain snow that we're watching for up in the higher terrain of the central Idaho Panhandle Mountains. Now, as we continue to move forward, our winds are going to be a bit elevated today. First coming from the west, gradually shifting from the northwest, with gusts at near 25 miles per hour possible for Spokane. So a little bit unsettled in that aspect, but significantly calmer winds arrive for us tomorrow for the region. I do want to show you a look at your 7-day planning forecast, though, because again, we remain under this weather impact alert through Sunday morning because of these chilly overnight lows and chilly mornings that are on the horizon. So for Spokane, tonight we fall to about 33 degrees. Temperatures then tomorrow are in the low to mid 50s across the region. One of the coldest overnight lows and nights is going to be Friday night headed into Saturday morning, where we are falling to freezing in the Spokane area. And then Saturday night into Sunday, we're near that freezing mark. But it's enough to definitely be aware of, again, especially considering we were up and near the mid 70s at the beginning of this week. We then saw all that wet weather in the middle of it, and now we usher in these cooler temperatures and the freezing temperatures, which is enough to extend that weather impact alert just for nuisance weather and something to be aware of. Now, as we get an extended look at what's to come, we are gradually seeing drier conditions and a warming trend through early to the middle of next week there, with some partly cloudy skies on Monday and Tuesday, trending mostly sunny on Wednesday, with that gradual warming trend closer to our seasonal average in the low 60s. Now, as we take a look at that extended forecast through Wednesday, we're not back up in the mid 70s like what we were with those abnormally above average temperatures, but it is going to be warmer with those spring-like conditions. So for any weekend plans that you might have, again, the big heads up is that for any recreationalists, folks that might be doing some of that early season camping, be aware that the overnights are going to be chilly. You need to be well prepared for that if you plan to be outside. And for all my gardeners out there, protect those sensitive plants by either bringing them inside or covering them up. As always, you can get some latest information by viewing our live local radar 24/7. All you have to do is download this KREM 2 Plus app here. It's completely free, and you can get it on either your TV or your phone to check that out. And as always, we'll have the latest updates for you here on KREM 2 Plus.